Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. So I had to pause the video there for a minute. I was chewing food I'm eating. But yeah, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys game here. Today they beat the Washington Commanders. We are Commanders. Bum 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 bum. They beat them 44-22, a dominant win. For another great offensive game, man. They had, what 400-something total yards offensively. They got a pick six defensively. They forced, 2 or 3 turnovers. Jake Ferguson brought in 2 touchdown passes today as well. He had a touchdown for a while, like he hadn't been getting in the end zone, and got 2 today and brings his total to 6 touchdowns, a single season career high, and he scored 4 straight weeks. So they're starting to get him touchdowns, man, when they're in the end zone. And this is the first time the Cowboys have 3 40-point games through 7 games of the season since 1973. Their offense has just been so much fun to watch. And look, I know the Commanders were without their top 3 receivers, so I'm not going to give praise to defense, like, go over the top. But I will say, they played a good game, man. The Commanders, I'm pretty sure they had their offensive line, I'm pretty sure, so the defensive line, they had to make some scheme adjustments there. Because they got, 3 or 4 sacks today. They had to make some type of adjustments there. You know, Dak in the second quarter wasn't too great. He was taking a lot of hits. The offensive line was getting beat. But he ended up with a good game. CeeDee Lamb, his return from injury, with a 74-yard touchdown reception. I think it was in the first quarter. Ferguson up with 2 touchdowns. George Pickens continues to be good. 4 catches, 82 yards. I think on 5 or 6 targets. He makes insane catches, man, one-on-one. That guy's such a beast. They got to re-sign him long-term because they traded a draft pick for him. They better bring him back. Dak, besides the second quarter, I thought he was pretty good. Before halftime was huge because they cut it to 20-15. But then after that sack, Dak throws a deep pass to Pickens, a big run from Javonte, and then the touchdown to, I think Javonte ran it in, right? Before halftime. So you had that. Another big game for Javonte Williams. Kind of didn't have a great game last week, but a much better game this week against that Commanders defense. Commanders have regressed this year, man. But I'll talk about that when I get done talking about the Cowboys, so let's go over their stats. Dak, 21-30. Excuse me. 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Another good week from Rain Dakota Prescott. 3 touchdown game. Already up to 1,617 yards passing this year with 13 touchdowns. The guy has been phenomenal. The last 4 games, 264, 3 touchdowns. 261, 3 touchdowns. 237, 4 touchdowns. 319, 3 touchdowns. He now has 4 straight games with 3+ passing touchdowns and no interceptions. The guy has been balling this year. And in the first half, on throws past the sticks in the first half, he was 7-10, 177. And 2 touchdowns with no interceptions. The guy was great once again. And he actually has 16 passing touchdowns, with 1,881 yards. And only 3 interceptions. So, if the defense can at least play average and the offense can continue what they're doing, this team can be a playoff potential team. I'm not asking for the defense to be elite. I'm asking for them to at least be kind of, average and force takeaways. Because if Dak can keep this up offensively, it could be a good MVP race. Who would have thought? Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, who would have thought, man? Well, you kind of expect Patrick Mahomes, but I don't know. The defense played good today, but I'm not going to be like, oh, their defense is back or they're going to turn it around. Because, Commanders were out without their top 3 guys, and Jane Daniels did miss some open throws as well. But I'll give credit to the defense today. Forced 2 takeaways, or 2, 2, include that pick 6. Dak Prescott has a winning percentage of 91%. At home against his NFC East rivals, 6-1 against the Eagles, 8-1 against the Giants, 7-0 against the Commanders. But if this team can somehow make the playoffs, man, Dak Prescott could be maybe an MVP. We just need the defense to hold teams like 25-ish, 25, 29-ish points. But Dak's been balling. Really, besides that Bears game, he's really been amazing this whole season. Even in the Eagles game, you look at the stats, I didn't look that impressive, but there was a bunch of throws that were dropped in that game. So Dak's been balling this whole season so far. Javonte Williams, 19 runs, 116 yards, 6.1 yards per carry, 1 touchdown. He's been great to start this year, man. Had an 100-yard game. You know, wasn't able to do much against Carolina last week, but bounced back this week. He has 7 total touchdowns in 2025. And that's tied with Herschel Walker and Bob Hayes for the most touchdowns by a Cowboy in the first 7 games with the franchise. So yeah, Javonte Williams, it was like a 1-year prove-it deal. I hope they bring him back long-term. So, and I think they're going to be second in the NFC East. Going to be with this win. I think 3-1. I'll take the win all day. I'm going to pump the brakes on the optimism around the pass defense being fixed. Commanders not having Debo Samuel, and Terry McLaurin out there was a big difference, but I will say they did look good. And they were Commanders QBs were 5 for 15 when the Cowboys defense played in man coverage. So maybe that's figured out, but I'm not going to hold too much optimism, honestly. But I'll take the win. You know, it's a confidence booster. Convincing division win at home is just what the doctor ordered for the team to claw back to 500. We just need the defense to at least be average instead of worse in the league. Jaden Blue had 7 runs, 29 yards. CD Lamb, 5 catches, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. So CD's back and got that big touchdown in the first quarter. George Pickens, 4 catches, 82 yards. Man, Steelers regret letting this guy go. They were looking for a receiver too when they had one. They just need to get a quarterback to get it to him. I don't care what it costs. They need to find a way to sign George Pickens to a long-term deal. He is on pace for 1,474 reception yards this season after 7 weeks. Like, why would he want to leave why would he want to leave Dak Prescott, man? Yeah, I mean, him and CD are fantastic. George Pickens just makes so many insane catches one-on-one. And George Pickens and CD Lamb might be one of the best receiver duos in the league, now that CD Lamb's back healthy. Ferguson, 7 catches, 29 yards, had 2 touchdowns. Turpin, 1 catch, 17 yards, and Tolbert, 1 catch for 16 yards. The defense, you had 1 sack from Kenneth Murray, 1 from Shamar James. As a Raku had a sack. There's 3. You had 1 from Clowney. 4 sacks by the defense today. You had that pick 6 by Deron Bland. You know, they missed a sack. Mariota tried to get it there, but it ended up getting picked for a pick 6. And Aubrey, 3 for 3 on field goals, made a 61-yarder. I believe he has the most made kick. He is the first kicker in NFL history to make 5 field goals of 60-plus yards in his career. But I love having a kicker, man. And that was the 100th field goal of his career, and he's 91 for 100. That's just how good he is, man. Only been in the league a few years, come over from the XFL. But yeah, the Cowboys improved to 3-1 with this win. Another phenomenal offensive performance. I'm not going to be too optimistic about the defense. I'll say they played good today. I just need to see it more going forward, especially against teams when they're healthy and have all their guys. But I'm not going to discredit it today. They played great. Got 4 sacks. Defensive line was getting a lot more pressure, and they just need to force turnovers like that. For the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, 12 of 22, 156, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 8 runs, 35 yards, and a touchdown. He went out with a hamstring injury. It was that hamstring. But even then, he didn't look great out there. Like, he was missing open throws. But having him hurt in 2 different games isn't good. The defense has given up 24-plus points in 5 of the 7 games this season for the Commanders. Inconsistency has really been their Achilles heel, and I kind of figured they wouldn't. I just didn't think they would be this disappointing. Like, I thought they would regress a little bit just because the roster's a little bit older. But I still thought they would be good, but no. Mariota was 4 for 10, 63 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, had 2 runs for 34 yards. Cowboys' run defense I thought was pretty good. Ja'Cory Krosky, 13 runs, 33 yards. Cowboys done a good job. Their run defense did, I thought. McNichols, 2 runs, 22 yards, and Chris Rodriguez Jr., former Kentucky Wildcat, 3 runs, 12 yards, and a touchdown. Lane, 3 catches, 60 yards. Moore, 2 catches, 59 yards. Ertz, 3 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown. And Robbie Chosen, 4 catches, 36 yards. And McNichols, 2 catches, 23 yards. Their defense, half a sack from Martin and Von Miller. Better than that, they got some hits on Prescott, but they didn't get any sacks. Didn't kick any field goals. They dropped to 3-4, while the Cowboys 3-1. Quarter by quarter, Cowboys had 17 in the first quarter, 10 in the second quarter, 14 in the third quarter, and 3 in the fourth quarter. I believe all their home games they've scored about 40 points. They got 44 today. Washington 8 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, and none in the fourth quarter. Let's go over team stats here. Cowboys had 409 total yards of offense. Another great game from the offense. They've been, besides that Bears game, they've really been great so far this season offensively. They had 409 total yards, 257 passing, 152 rushing, 6 yards per play, 21 first downs. They were 6 for 12 on third down, 0 for 0 on fourth down, 62 total plays, only 1 sack allowed, 3 punts, 10 penalties for 79 yards, no fumbles, no interceptions, 31 minutes time possession for the Commanders. We are Commanders. Bum, 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 bum. 341 total yards, 205 passing, 136 rushing, but I thought they defended the run pretty well. 5.3 yards per play, 18 first down, 7 for 16 on third down, 0 for 2 on fourth down, 64 total plays. They allowed 4 sacks. Their offensive line wasn't great. 5 punts, 11 penalties, 1 fumble, 1 interception, 20 minutes time possession. Cowboys forced those 2 turnovers. That fumble after halftime they scored on, then got the pick 6. But yeah, good win, man. 44-22 over a division opponent. And the next game is going to be at the Denver Broncos next week, 4:25 p.m. I think it's a winnable game, man. Like, the Giants put up 32 on them. I know they're way better with Jackson Dart than old, washed-up Russ. But still, man, the Broncos defense gave up 32 points, and we have the best offense currently in the league. I think we can score some points on them. It just kind of matters if our defense can stop Bo Nix. But it's gonna be a tough game, man, at Denver. But I think it's a winnable game for sure. Yeah, Dak Prescott, another great game. But yeah, really got to say here. So leave a like and subscribe for more, and come out. Peace. Go Cowboys. And next game next week at Denver.